Welcome to Kazcook's History,
National Dishes Edition!
where each episode I pick a country at random and attempt to cook the national dish from scratch, whilst delving into a little bit of the history along the way. Today, my randomiser is taking me to Sweden. Third largest country in the EU, fewer people than London. They gave us Vikings, Volvo, ABBA, IKEA and Minecraft. They haven't fought a war since 1814. They're one of the biggest coffee drinkers on earth, and they've built an entire social ritual around it called fika. And their most famous cultural export is a meatball, which is exactly what we're making today. It's delicious, it's ubiquitous, and it's got an interesting history. Let's step into Sweden through food. Swedish meatballs are simple. 250 grams of ground beef, 250 grams of ground pork, 2 slices of white bread, 150 milliliters of whole milk, 1 egg, 1 onion, half a teaspoon of white pepper, and a quarter of a teaspoon of ground allspice. No herbs, no garlic, no tomato. This is Scandinavian cooking, clean and unfussy. First thing, bread into the milk. If you're using a proper bread with a hard crust, then cut that off as it won't soften in time. I'm using this Pappy English toast bread so it can stay, and it actually works quite well here. This soaks together while we prep, and it's the whole secret. It's called panad, and it's what gives meatballs that soft, almost pillowy texture. Then grate or finely chop the onion. Now, the recipe we're making today is essentially the version popularized by a chef called Tore Wretman in the 1950s. He championed husmanskost, traditional Swedish home cooking, and brought it into fine dining. His köttbullar became the definitive version, but as we'll find out, the dish itself goes back a lot further than that. Both meats in, soaked bread, egg, onion, seasoning, salt and pepper to taste, then get your hands in. There's no elegant way to do this. Mix until it's combined, but don't overwork it. If it feels too stiff, a splash of water. In my case, since I grated the onion, it's the opposite, but you can adjust the consistency with a bit of breadcrumbs if it is too wet. Roll them quite small, 2 to 3 centimeters, smaller than you might think. The home version in Sweden is about 15 grams each. Smorgasbord meatballs are even tinier. The bigger you make them though, the less rolling you'll have to do, so you decide. So, where did these actually come from? The story most people know is that King Charles VII brought the recipe back from the Ottoman Empire in the early 1700s. He'd lost the war against Russia, spent years in exile in what is now Moldova, and came home with a taste for coffee, stuffed cabbage, and supposedly the meatball. The idea is that köttbullar descend from the Ottoman kofta. And in 2018, Sweden's official government Twitter account confirmed it. It said Swedish meatballs were actually Turkish. It went viral. Genuine national anguish. Until the food historians stepped in. Before we move on to the stove, let's prep some sides. Pressgurka, quick pickled cucumber. It's a staple of Swedish home cooking. One of those sides that shows up alongside pretty much anything. The name literally means pressed cucumber, because traditionally you salt the slices and press them under a weight to draw the water out so they soak up the pickling liquid faster. Slice it thin, mandolin if you've got one, vinegar, sugar, water, salt, fresh dill, mix it, add the cucumber, set aside. The longer this sits, the better, so making it now gives it the whole cook to develop. And the gravy is just 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, about 400 milliliters of beef stock, a good splash of cream, and a couple of teaspoons of soy sauce. Not strictly traditional, but it adds colour and, more importantly, umami. Alright, butter, flour, mix that into a roux. Stock in gradually, keep whisking, simmer until it thickens, add the cream and the soy sauce, some seasoning if it needs it, and we're done. To fry the meatballs, heat some oil or butter on a medium-high heat. In they go. Don't overcrowd. Work in batches if you have a small pan. You want them golden brown on all sides. So, food historians pushed back on the Ottoman origin of the dish claim. Turns out, recipes for meatballs existed in Swedish cookbooks before Charles went anywhere. They just called them frikadell. And the first person to actually write down a recipe for köttbullar by name was Kassa Varg in 1755, one of Sweden's first female cookbook authors who had to publish under a pseudonym because professional cooking was a man's world. So the truth is probably that every culture has some version of seasoned meat rolled into a ball. Fun fact, IKEA didn't actually start selling meatballs until 1985. A chef called Severin Sjöstedt spent 10 months developing the recipe, and now they shift over $1 billion a year, more than they sell Billy bookcases. Oh, and Sweden has a National Meatball Day, August the 23rd. Right, let's plate this up. Served with some mashed potatoes, meatballs, gravy over the top, lingonberry jam on the side, this is not optional, and the Pressgurka to cut through the richness. That is a nice looking plate of food. The thing about this dish is it's not about any one element. It's about all five working together in harmony, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And honestly, this is home cooking at its finest. The meatballs are soft, the gravy's rich, the cucumber adds texture and freshness. But the lingonberry jam is what makes this plate truly unique. That slight sweetness and tartness just does so much work. Without it, this is a good plate of food. With it, everything clicks. It cuts through the richness of the gravy and lifts the whole thing up. Alright, so it's time to rate the first national dish of the series, and I am very tempted to put this all the way up in S tier. But for now, it's going into A. I really enjoyed it. The flavors are there, it's comforting, it's simple. The only reason it's not in S is that I want to save that spot until I've got more dishes to compare it against. But I will be reevaluating this list as the series goes on, so köttbullar could well end up all the way at the top. If you want to recreate any of the recipes seen in these videos, head over to my website, link in the description. Like and subscribe.